Hey there, TRASTRA fans. So much to discuss in episode 103 of your beloved Newsreel. We'll discuss the Bitcoin slump, look at the European Union's efforts to tighten its grip on crypto to counter sanctions evasion, Russia's greenlighted digital assets and its trading with partners. Fascinating. We'll talk about that. We'll uncover the chilling turn of events with the Incognito Market's mass user extortion. It's a digital age dilemma that puts privacy and security in the spotlight. We'll discuss that. Meanwhile, Changpeng Zhao is ordered to surrender his passport. Craig Wright is definitely not Satoshi Nakamoto, according to a British judge. We'll talk about AMD's CPUs disappearing from shelves because of the crypto mining surge. The situation prompts actually curious speculation on the future of CPU market dynamics, especially with AMD's upcoming Zen 5 CPUs. It'll get a little technical, but bear with me. We'll review the SEC's latest activities. There's this Ponzi scheme stateside directed at Latinos exclusively, pretty dark stuff. We'll talk about the launch of Pallet exchange on the Say blockchain, a fresh venture in NFT marketplaces aiming to revive the sector's fortunes. We'll also question the tangible value of Sony's foray into super fungible tokens. I'm going to take that into air quotes, super fungible tokens. Solana's rally and subsequent meme coin madness and El Salvador's strategic Bitcoin maneuvers, ranging from playful to profoundly political, are also on the ballot today. And as MakerDAO sets its sights on stablecoin supremacy, we're reminded of the raging war in the stablecoin space that shows no signs of slowing down. And that's just a taste. So buckle up and enjoy episode 103 of your beloved TRASTRA Newsreel. Bitcoin slumped from Thursday's high of 73 to as low as 65.8 early Friday before slightly recovering. It's 68.4 this Monday morning. Meanwhile, CoinDesk 20, a broad-based index of most liquid cryptocurrencies, was down 8.25%. Ether, Cardano's, BNB, and XRP showed similar losses, while Dogecoin and Shiba Inu fell 13%, only to recover this Monday morning again. Sol was the only major token in green, up 1% since Thursday. We'll talk more about Solana later in the video. The sell-off started during the U.S. trading hours on Thursday as the February Producer Price Index, PPI, came in at 0.6% higher, doubling the pace in January and doubling economists' forecasts, dousing hopes of a rate cut in May, or in human talk, a handful of whales cashed out and brought down the market. That's basically it. I hope you made out okay. The United States senators want Gary Gensler to pull the pin on any further crypto exchange-traded funds, citing enormous risks to retail investors. In a March 11 letter, Democrat senators Jack Reed and LaFonza Butler, who names a child LaFonza anyway, claiming that allowing any further approvals of crypto ETFs would see investors exposed to thinly traded markets rife with fraud and manipulation. The senators also urged the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to take several specific steps with the already launched Bitcoin ETF products, requesting that brokers and advisors be subjected to further regulatory scrutiny. There are 8 proposed spot ETF applications awaiting approval by the SEC as we speak, so I wonder what's going to happen with those. Well, they're not going to get rejected, that's for sure. In order to reject those, the SEC is going to have to reverse the process it's gone through over the last year in order to approve the ones that are already functioning. So, the European Union is ramping up its regulatory framework to combat sanctions evasion, focusing on the role of cryptocurrencies. The legislative push, receiving robust backing with 543 votes in favor, is largely motivated by concerns over potential loopholes in financial sanctions against countries like Russia, especially in light of recent geopolitical tensions. Ironically, at the same time, Russia is enacting a law authorizing the use of digital assets for trade settlements, paving the way for cross-border transactions to be conducted without the inclusion of the US dollar or euro for that matter, thereby diminishing the dollar's dominance in international trade. Anatoly Aksakov, head of Russia's Financial Market Committee, highlighted the significance of this development, stressing that it offers a transparent alternative to conventional banking systems which are susceptible to foreign surveillance. Given the BRICS blocs, of which Russia is a member, a concerted effort to reduce dependency on the US dollar, this move by Russia is yet another challenge to the dollar's global financial hegemony. The Incognito Market, a darknet narcotics hub, has launched a mass extortion of its users, demanding payments between $100 and $20,000 to prevent the publication of sensitive transaction and chat records. Following an exit scam that trapped millions in funds, the market's homepage now flaunts a threatening message to both vendors and buyers, hinting at the exposure of over 557,000 orders and 862,000 cryptocurrency transactions by end May, unless the ransom's paid. Interestingly, the extortion rates vary by vendor level, adding a tiered demand system to the mix. Just weird. Well, if you buy narcotics on the dark web, I think you should be expected to be extorted somehow. I don't know, or get mixed in the dark scheme. In case you're wondering, Craig Wright is not Satoshi Nakamoto, according to Judge James Miller's ruling in the British court on March 14th. Closing arguments began in London on March 12th. In a lawsuit brought by the Crypto Open Patent Alliance, COPA. A lawsuit against Wright, an Australian computer scientist who claimed to be Nakamoto since 2016. Wright's been accused of massive document forgery for supporting his claim of being the pseudonymous Bitcoin founder. COPA was seeking injunctive relief to prevent Wright from further claiming to be Nakamoto. I don't care. Moving on. Another illustrious individual, Changpeng Zhao, the former CEO of Binance, has been ordered by a U.S. District Court judge to surrender his passports and travel documents while awaiting sentencing in April for violating anti-money laundering laws. Stepping down from his role after pleading guilty, Xiao remains free on a $175 million bond. New bond conditions, however, require Xiao to hand over his Canadian passport to a third-party custodian and all other travel documents to his counsel. Prosecutors consider Xiao a flight risk due to his wealth and minimal ties to the U.S. He cannot apply for new travel documents without court permission. I don't know, given his wealth, I'd hire a speedboat and cut right across the Mexican Bay. If I had that kind of money, there's no way I'd go to jail. Anyway, the crypto mining surge is now affecting CPU availability, particularly AMD's Ryzen 7950X, which has vanished from shelves. Unlike previous trends where GPUs bore the brunt of mining demand, it's high-end CPUs that are catching miners' eyes these days thanks to the recent Bitcoin rally. Bitcoin is efficiently mined with powerful CPUs like the Ryzen 9 7950X, favored for its AVX instruction support, large L3 cache, and energy efficiency. Currently, CPU mining can net about $3 daily in electricity costs, significantly outperforming the RTX 4090 GPU's profit margins. Consequently, the Ryzen 9 7950X is sold out across major US retailers, with Newegg even hiking its price to $741. This situation raises questions about AMD's upcoming Zen 5 CPUs, rumored to double the AVX 512 performance, potentially exacerbating stock shortages and inviting price gougers. Meanwhile, Intel, whose next-gen Arrow Lake chips reportedly lack AVX 512 support, might unexpectedly benefit, drawing consumers towards Intel for high-end CPU needs. On March 14, 2024, the SEC unveiled charges against 17 individuals involved in a sprawling $300 million Ponzi scheme, disproportionately ensnaring over 40,000 Latino investors. The SEC's probe has unearthed a network of culprits alleged to have masterminded the scam, promising outsized returns from crypto and forex investments. According to Gubir Grewal, the SEC's enforcement chief, the promise of risk-free riches was nothing but a facade, leading to widespread financial devastation across 10 states and internationally. Filed in Houston's federal court, the charges detail how these 17 leaders not only misled investors about the nature of their contributions, but also funneled these funds into lavish personal expenses and unfounded payouts to earlier participants. Jesus, people, when the fuck are you going to smarten up? I don't know. Calvin Wang and Davey Lee, previously known for the Web3 game The Beacon, launched Pallet Exchange, an NFT marketplace on the Sei blockchain, raising $2.5 million from investors, including Spartan Group and Symbolic Capital. I wonder if their capital is symbolic. Despite a significant downturn in NFT sales, Pallet focuses on user retention through a simplified trading experience and innovative social features. Pallet's choice of the Sei blockchain, noted for its high transaction speed and low fees, reflects a strategic bet on a less saturated market with growth potential. Since its inception, Pallet has quickly gained traction, capturing 99% of Sei's NFT market share, with over $20 million in trading volume and daily user base of 40,000 to 50,000. Solana's market capitalization soared to a record $81.1 billion, spurred by a frenzy over meme coins like Dog with Hat and Popcat. This surge, peaking at 183.55 per one sol, reflects a robust 10% increase, showcasing the blockchain's escalating appeal. However, in my personal view, the enthusiasm around Solana-based meme coins achieving billion-dollar valuations underscores the ultimate uselessness of non-EVM chains. Still, nothing wrong with having some fun with meme coins, and if you think so too, Solana is the place to do it, so have fun. El Salvador, under the leadership of President Nayib Bukele, has strategically moved a significant portion of its Bitcoin holdings valued at around $400 million to a new cold wallet, doubling the country's previously known Bitcoin assets. Bukele has christened this venture as the country's first Bitcoin piggy bank, securely storing the cold wallet in a physical vault within national borders. And with Bukele's recent re-election, you can be sure that this thing with Bitcoin being a legal tender in El Salvador is not going to cease anytime soon. MakerDAO is launching phase 1 of its Endgame strategy, aiming to elevate its DAI stablecoin to a market cap surpassing $100 billion to compete with Tether. Wow. Co-founder Rune Christensen has announced plans for rebranding and introducing new tokens to make the platform more accessible and engaging. The strategy includes scaling DAI from its current $4.5 billion cap and innovating with yield farming from sub-DAO projects. Upcoming phases involve launching new tokens, a lock-stake engine for yields, and new bridge for low-cost layer 2 farming, aiming for a more resilient and user-friendly DeFi ecosystem. And finally, Sony has filed for a new patent for super fungible tokens to innovate within the NFT space. This concept allows gamers to combine digital collectibles within games, creating a super token. The super token will identify specific assets for use, potentially across various games and publishers, and apparently offer some sort of protocol to derive value from this nonsense. And it is nonsense. I mean, I personally remain a staunch believer that value cannot be extracted from an entity not having any initial value, an entity that contributes zero to the real economy, but that's me. Again, if you're having fun and junior's college money isn't packed in the savings account somewhere, feel free to enjoy the thrills of playing to earn. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this episode. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to follow us on social media, and I will see you in the next one.